Hey everybody, Ralph Havens here, and Baden and Ben are having a little bit of an issue out there. So never mind that for a little bit. But we got in last night and from Washington D.C. and so we're back and getting ready for my Sunday Miracles, Magic, Healing, and More session at noon today. But something came to me when I was doing my session this morning for myself. I do a session for myself and for us to start the day. And I was so excited. I wanted to get it to you before, but I needed to do all my Qigong and all my own stuff. But I was really itching to get it to you. And so something happened this trip that was really cool. And one of the things that happened was I noticed something really shift for me. And you know how miracles can show up and you start to get like clues from the universe that, yeah, things are going right. This is a good path. We're on it. And you know, we were back in DC for the vaccine injury epidemic event, the VI event, really big with some big players in that world, and lots of miracles and lots of synchronous events happening around it and meeting a lot of really cool people. And before that, we went to Indy to visit Jen's family, our family, and some really cool stuff changed because I noticed that some of the patterns that I had been dealing with were not my patterns. They were just patterns that I was modeling based on how I was raised. And so some of you might know some of the story, but I had a stepdad that was kind of not a very nice guy in a lot of ways, but he just had his own issues. And he treated some people really poorly. And especially in our inner family, you know, there was lots of criticism and judgment and blame and all sorts of stuff and vilifying all sorts of people and people in the family and other people and rich people. And he just like blamed and criticized and judged a lot. And what I noticed was that wasn't me, but it was, I was modeling some of that behavior. And so I saw it in myself. Really, when you see something that's kind of dark in yourself, it can be kind of like, ugh. But I saw it in myself, and I've been working on stuff like this for years, but I saw another layer of it. And so I won't go into the details exactly, but because it's really personal stuff. I don't want to, you know, with the family and everything. But I noticed that I made a decision to quit blaming and judging and criticizing people based on how they were living their life or whatever. And I realized, oh, this was just a self-righteous thing I was doing. And it wasn't even me. It was just that I was modeling the behavior of my stepdad. And so I was like, wow, that's not even me. And so I decided a while back to quit criticizing, judging, or complaining about anything. And I failed and I failed. And I was like, oh my God, there I just complained again. Or, oh my goodness, that was a smirk on my face complaining about that on a hidden level. And so I started seeing that I was doing a lot of that. And it's one thing if criticizing or complaining or judging helps you get along better, like helps your health or gives you more money or more happiness. But of course it doesn't, right? So that, wow, well, if it's not even going to give me anything good, let's get rid of that thing. And as I did it, I realized that this wasn't me. This was just a modeling that I was getting from when I was a little kid. And so as I did that, we went back to Indy, and I noticed some patterns that had been seemed to be so prevalent before weren't there anymore. And so some of the toxicity that I used to kind of see a lot, things in the environment that were affecting me, scents and stuff like that, weren't there anymore. And I'm like, oh my God, the scents aren't there anymore. It's like actually the outer world changed. Instead of, you know, all these things that seemed to have been attacking me weren't there anymore. And so I thought, that's cool. How can something change so fast in the outer world when I quit modeling behavior that was just something that was when I was a little kid? And so then we went to DC, and DC is a city that fluoridates, and there's lots of Wi-Fi and cell phone EMF stuff there, and all these things that that I look for with clients to make sure they're not hurting themselves, clear stuff so people can get their health back. But I realized, oh my goodness, my life was getting smaller and smaller by having to avoid fluoride and not being able to go out to eat here, not being able to drink water there, and just different things. And and I realized, oh, this is another behavior that I was modeling, because my stepdad had a lot of stuff that was attacking him, and supposedly got injured. I guess he did get injured as a firefighter on an Air Force base, and some fumes got him, and then he got some bad lung stuff, and um, all sorts of things that seemed to attack him. And I thought, oh, this is just another version of me modeling what happened to my dad, getting attacked. And so I was visiting with my really good friend Phil. Haven't seen him in years in DC. He's a big player in the Beltway area, the DC stuff, Washington DC. And he was telling me about are you a Seahawk fan now? Because we live in Seattle. And I was like, yeah, I love the Seahawks. Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, they're so strong. Their mind is so strong, kind of like Ben's mind. You tell Ben, you've got a cold. And he's like, no, I don't. Ben, you're limping because he fell or something. No, I'm not. It's like, he's just such a strong mind. And that's how the Seahawks are. And then Phil was telling me how this Pete Carroll, he brings in ex-generals and ex-warriors of all types, and spiritual people that do deep meditation, and they talk to the Seahawks to shift their mindset. And Russell Wilson a few years ago was injured and limping around and couldn't run, but he was still playing quarterback. And they would ask him after the game, like, how's your injury? And he's like, I'm not injured. I'm not injured. He just like wouldn't even go there. And so so I thought, oh my goodness. So I decided I'm going to let go of this behavior of being attacked. That's not how a champion lives, right? Champions aren't attacked. It's just a challenge. And it reminds me of Dr. Dooley, Timothy Dooley, a great doctor, homeopath, MD and homeopath from San Diego, who wrote a book, Beyond Flat Earth Medicine. And he tells about when he was going through with his teacher, his spiritual teacher, he thought, I'm going to see if this meditation stuff is really legit. I don't know. We're going to see if my teacher can really feel stuff. And so they were all meditating, and he was sending hateful, mean energy while he was meditating directly at his teacher. And then afterwards, the teacher didn't say anything. And he told him, hey, I was sending you hateful energy. And he said, I know. But when it comes to me, it's pure love. And I thought, oh my goodness, all these challenges, the toxins, the EMFs, the vaccines, all the different problems, when they hit a champion, it inverts and it expands, and they get even stronger. So it's not like the challenge or the problem or the toxin can hurt somebody. In fact, it's beyond that. It actually inverts, and they get even stronger. We get even stronger. So some really cool stuff came to me. I think it's cool. Let me know what you think. But what might it be like to quit criticizing, complaining, or judging, especially if it doesn't really bring you money or health or love anyway, happiness? So I've been working on it. This Miracles, Magic, Healing, and More session that we're doing at noon, we're going to be going through a lot of this and looking at how do you want to live as a champion, and what's just been modeled to you, and can you make a decision to unmodel it now and live a different way? So I'm excited. I'm going to go get Jen another cup of coffee, and at the co-op, she has a very special drink that she gets, and get myself some whipping cream for my second cup of coffee. Actually, we call it first coffee and then second coffee, and then I'll get the day going. It's beautiful out here. It's raining. I love Bellingham. I'm glad to be back. DC was fun, but Bellingham is home. All right.